Your Excellency, Ambassador Kwasi Kwartey, Honorable Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, my dear brothers and sisters, distinguished commissioners, my dear brothers and sisters, Excellencies, ambassadors, and very dear colleagues, while writing these introductory remarks to the last formal convening of the PRC under the Egyptian chairmanship, I had so many thoughts that took me back through all the occasions, events, meetings, and discussions we have had together in this room. Throughout the previous years, since the first PRC meeting I had the honor to chair on the 20th of February 2019, exactly 11 months ago. The one conclusion I came up with was, we have made it all the way to this point only with your kind support. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all my distinguished brothers and sisters, ambassadors representing member states of the African Union. During the first meeting in January 2019, I laid down what I wished to be the principles that will guide our work in addition to the objectives to be achieved at the end of the year. These principles included, among others, continuous constructive dialogue, predictable and transparent modus operandi, in addition to observing a satisfactory level of discipline and compliance. Our objectives on the other side revolved around achieving the agreed upon priorities and targets outlined at our African agenda, with the aim of serving our continent in a way that it deserves and positively impacting the livelihood and prosperity of our African citizens. After 11 months, 50 meetings, 2 full house retreats, and 200 working hours, allow me to take you through a quick snapshot of what we have accomplished together through that very precious Egyptian chairmanship of the Union and the PRC by dividing it into 3 main domains. First, improving the internal work methods with the Commission. We managed collectively to reinstate some positive practices in addition to crafting new ones that altogether contributed positively to the level of efficiency at our Commission, and this included A, ensuring the legal review of the decision of the policy organs by the Office of the Legal Counsel, to whom we're very grateful, led by Ambassador Namira Negm, and the Bureau of the Assembly, with the aim of ensuring that they do not violate previous decisions or the existence of legal shortcomings, a practice that we hope will continue. B, reinstating the drafting committee to ensure the accurate compatibility between the content of the decisions with the relevant deliberations. C, enhancing the level of compliance with the submission deadlines of documents by the respective departments and improving the cycle of coordination between the departments and preparations for the meeting. This point particularly needs emphasis from incoming chairs, as it is a continuous effort. D, finally reviving the coordination between the African Peace and Security Council and the Permanent Representative Committee by inviting the chairpersons of the months of the PSC to provide periodic briefings regarding their activities, in addition to continuous follow-up with the chairpersons of the PSC subcommittees and engagement, PRC subcommittees and engagement regarding their calendars of meetings and work progress. Second, pursuing the main objective, priorities, and projects of our African agenda. In our meetings, including those of the PRC subcommittees, and throughout our discussions, we have laid down the preparatory work for key milestones and achievements under the year 2019 and the Egyptian chairmanship of the Union, which includes A, the historic entry into force of the Continental Free Trade Area and the launch of its operational tools, was the highlight of an extraordinary summit in Niamey, Niger on the 7th of July 2019, where we had entertained and enjoyed the hospitality of our brothers and sisters of Niger, and we're very grateful for the able leader of the AFCFTA, Honorable President Muhammad Yusuf, to all the successes we have had in this wonderful summit. B, the convening of the first edition of the mid-year coordination meeting between the regional economic communities, RECs, and the AU on July 8, 2019 in Niamey, which is another milestone on the road to continental integration and the work that followed that to finalize and refine the foundational documents, including the division of labor matrix, the draft rules of procedure of this meeting, and the revised protocol on relations between the African Union and REX to be adopted at the upcoming February 2020 summit. C, within the infrastructure domain, a thorough discussion has taken place regarding the criteria for selecting the list of projects that will be implemented within the framework of the second phase of the AU Infrastructure Program, PIDA 2021-2030. This program that carries the ambition of Africans towards solid and viable continental integration and connectivity. D, in the area of peace and security, we collectively contributed to supporting the work of the African Union regarding the peace process in various locations in our continent, including the CAR, South Sudan, Sudan, and other African hotspots as concrete implementation of our commitment to finding African solutions to African problems. Egypt particularly sensed that the post-conflict reconstruction and development has not been given the required attention despite its critical importance in preventing relapse into conflict. With this in mind, the proposed structure of the African Union Center for Post-Conflict Reconstruction and Development hosted in Cairo has been finalized, and the host agreement has been signed in Aswan last December, paving the way for its activity to start and offering a remarkable added value to the conflict prevention in Africa. And I wish to express deep appreciation for my dear brother, Ambassador Shargi, for the wonderful collaboration with the Peace and Security Commission to that effect. As for the reform process, we collectively collaborated in implementing the reform agenda, stemming from a genuine belief in the necessity of the reforms and the possibility of upgrading the capabilities of our union to better serve Africa's goals and ambitions. Tireless efforts were exerted by the PRC subcommittees on structure and the PRC subcommittee on general supervision. Credit goes to my dearest brother, Ambassador Rashid, Ambassador Rashid of Algeria, the former ambassador of Algeria, Ambassador David of the Seychelles, and my dear brother, Ambassador Lazar, the distinguished PR of the Republic of the Congo. In coordination with the Reform Unit to come up with a refined proposal for the new departmental structure of the African Union Commission to be adopted in the coming summit. This proposal has been finalized and reviewed by the PRC in series of sessions to ensure that the new structure reflects the essence of the reform and the objective of a lean and results-oriented structure. To complement this effort, a new recruitment system is currently being elaborated as well. We should not forget the issue relating to the Peace Fund and the ongoing efforts to finalize the consultations regarding the new scale of assessment, the way to manage the fund, and how to ensure its sustainability. Third, partnership meetings and engagement with diplomatic and international community. We managed to lead a comprehensive and intact preparatory process for our partnership meeting with the Japanese side, which allowed us to represent our continent in a respectful and elegant and a very efficient manner. This practice has been replicated in all preparatory partnership meetings, including the African Union League of Arab States meeting and the Africa-Indian meeting, along with the TICAD that I have referred to. We ensured active and constructive engagement with external actors by revamping dialogue with the EU Partners Group, as well as frequent featuring of senior officials from the UN and other key stakeholders before the PRC. Finally, I cannot end my remarks without expressing my gratitude to each and every member of the Commission who has contributed to the success of the Egyptian chairmanship of the Union, starting by the Honorable Chairperson of the Commission and his Bureau, whose doors were always open for interaction, cooperation, and support. I'm really very grateful for my dear brother, Ambassador Diop, for his efforts to make this happening. The Honorable Deputy Chairperson, whose presence with us at the PRC has always enriched our discussions. All the brothers and sisters commissioners and their directors who have ably led their departments and spared no effort in supporting Chair of the PRC. In addition to my distinguished brother and colleague, Murad, the Honorable Secretary General of the African Union Commission, who has always been working to properly keep our work in order. And indeed, all staff members of the departments and directorates, particularly those of the DCMP, interpreters, Office of the Legal Counsel, the protocol, and security personnel. It has been very challenging yet an outstanding, rewarding task for a year, a task that I couldn't have accomplished without the kind support shown by all my distinguished brothers and colleagues, ambassadors, members of this august bodies, whether within the PRC session or through chairing our vibrant PRC subcommittees. I cannot really find the words to express deep appreciation for all chairs of the subcommittees. My dear brother, Ambassador Kamara, for instance, in the subcommittee on multilateral cooperation. My dear brother Lazar in the general subcommittee of financial matters. Ambassador David of the Seychelles in the subcommittee of the structures, and I don't want to I just want to give very few examples, but I'm really very grateful for all of you distinguished ambassadors. My dear sister, Ambassador Emilia, chair of the subcommittee on the audits as well. Allow me at last to thank all of you and express my deepest appreciation to all ambassadors, PRs that have been in my place since 2003, and I seek your indulgence thus to list their names, starting with my dearest sister, Ambassador Hope Tomokondi, who has led the PRC for the last year, in 2018, and Her Excellency Ambassador Fatoumata Sidibé of the Republic of Guinea in 2017, Ambassador and Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of Chad, my dear brother, Ambassador, His Excellency Sharif Zain of Chad in 2016, Ambassador, my dearest brother and colleague, Ambassador Albert Chimbindi of Zimbabwe in 2015, His Excellency Ambassador Hamdi Meimou of Mauritania in 2014, Her Excellency Ambassador and my dearest sister, Ambassador Konjet of Ethiopia in 2013, His Excellency Ferdinand Moncho of Benin in 2012, His Excellency Ruben Mangwe of Equatorial Guinea in 2011, His Excellency Boya Isaac Munlo of Malawi in 2010, my dearest brother and colleague, Ambassador Ali Al-Waidan of Libya in 2009, Ambassador Muhammad Mawindi, His Excellency, the former PR of Tanzania in 2008, His Excellency John Agri of Ghana in 2007, my dearest brother and senior colleague, Ambassador Raymond Sergi of the Republic of Congo 2006, His Excellency Olusegun Akinsanya of Nigeria 2005, who has led ably the PRC in two years. This is a very rare case in 2005, 2004. And Ambassador, Her Excellency Ambassador Anna Nembe of Mozambique 2003, and first and foremost, the first ever who has led the PRC was my dearest brother and senior colleague, Ambassador Kingsley Mambolo in 2002. And of course, waiting my dearest brother and colleague, Ambassador Makaya, to do it again in 2020. As I end, allow me to welcome to the hot seat, as I said, my dearest brother and colleague, Ambassador Makaya, starting 9th of February 2020, whom I will be very much then happy and willing to make sure he enjoys an orderly and smooth transition. We have been cooperated. I thank you very much, and sorry for taking too long. Thank you very much.